In this short behind the scenes video, I'm going to show you guys how I filmed this brand story video for a local physiotherapy and skincare aesthetic company called Na'aopono Wellness. This is a spec project, meaning that in exchange for our time, we create a piece for our portfolio and for them to use for their marketing. So the goal of this project was to bring their story to life, how they started, who they help, and the impact that they have on their community. Also, we showcased some of the premier biohacking equipment that they had, such as the biohacker, brain tap, and the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Beforehand, I gave them prep material, which were a set of questions that helped to drive the narrative of their story. These are questions that I researched and curated for their team so that there was a lot of material to choose from in the edit. A tip is that sometimes the clients may not have the most exciting or story-driven answers to certain questions, so it always helps to have a handful of questions prepared. I would say this production took about 2 hours total, but the interview portion itself was 30 minutes max. This is because there was a lot of thought into setting up the shot, which was the A-roll, basically the interview portion. I wanted the space to look clean, bright, and inviting for the viewer, which took a series of steps to get there. First, I had to determine how the space was going to be lit. Oftentimes, beginner videographers make the mistake of lighting the person's face first, but we have to see where the practical light is coming from and how we can motivate that from our light. I saw that there were windows, which are perfect for natural lighting, so I had David and Dara sit next to the windows in a corner where we can get the most depth. Having depth in an interview shot is so important because we don't want to have the shot or the image looking flat and boring. In this shot, we had leading lines going into the middle and a comfortable distance between the subjects. My key light was on the side closest to the windows because we wanted to accentuate the lighting coming from the camera left and make it look natural. The camera would be on the shadow side, which is the camera right, and I would be somewhere in between the camera and the light. For post-production, I had to cull through about 30 minutes of actual talking, but I wanted to choose the parts that were important to the story. 2 to 3 minutes is typically the length that is ideal for a brand story video because we don't want to make it too long where it bores the viewer or too short where they're not getting enough information. I shot B-roll on a separate day, which are the supporting elements to the story, and typically it's placed over the A-roll so that it feels like a seamless narrative. I was able to figure out what B-rolls to prioritize and capture after I listened to the interview portions. For color grading, I kept it pretty simple and natural, and if you like my style of color grading, I posted a video recently on how I color grade, so be sure to check out that tutorial. So now I'm going to talk about marketing strategy, which is what makes a videographer more valuable these days and allows them to separate from the competition with typical videographers that propose a cool video to shoot for a company. When you present a finished product for a company, it's good to propose how it can be best distributed to their potential audience and yours as well. If the idea, for example, is to increase brand awareness on socials, then it's important to capitalize on making it a collaborative post on Instagram. You can also propose for them to run ad campaigns with your videos where you can help them nail down their target demographic. This can look like the gender, age ranges, locations, and even the suggested interests that their client population could potentially see it. So if you're able to demonstrate that you can help transfer the information from your video projects to the right people, then you can differentiate yourself from typical videographers and become a valuable brand partner. So that's the end of this video. If you liked and found value from watching this, then be sure to click like on this video as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching, and as always, take care.